Just look at these Google reviews of some hospitals. It looks very awkward and so sad. In today's age of social media and the importance of maintaining an online presence, especially a negative review from a patient, it can cause serious consequences for a physician and their practice. This can be particularly damaging to resident or new practitioners, as online reviews are an important factor for prospective patients. In fact, a study from 2021 conducted by the healthcare reputation management company Repugen showed that 81% of patients seek online reviews for particular providers before making appointments with them. In addition, the same study showed that 40% of patients would not visit a provider with very poor reviews. Common patients' complaints, surprisingly, most patients' complaints are not related to issue with the actual medical management by the physician. Based on a 2022 study that looked at more than 35,000 Google reviews, more than half of the patients' complaints were due to a perceived lack of communication, followed by long waiting times and negative service from clinic staff. Most negative patient reviews can be avoided by ensuring a good workflow starting from the initial point of contact with patients. If there are multiple negative reviews related to an issue in these areas, quickly identifying the source could vastly improve patient satisfaction and reduce the risk of more negative reviews. The physician can work closely with their staff to provide an efficient patient encounter while ensuring polite communication throughout the visit. On the flip side, the study also found that most compliments listed to positive reviews were also not directly related to medical management. The top of 3 compliments were due to the physician exhibiting good bedside manners, helpful clinic staff, and effective communication. This only serves to emphasize the value of a positive patient's experience as part of a successful hospital encounter. Okay, what as a doctor should do to get responded for your negative reviews on Google? So I would like to share with you these 5 thumb rules of responding the negative reviews. If you follow these 5 rules, definitely it will impact your hospital productivity and your credibility. Rule number 1, remember to avoid responding harshly or while in an emotional state. Your response could come across as unprofessional or dismissive. If it is not possible for the provider to comment online without breaching compliance, consider reaching out offline to resolve the conflict with the reviewer directly. And rule number 2, on a public website where the patient might have already identified themselves, or if the physician is able to confirm who the patient is, it is appreciated to reach out via phone call or messages to discuss the concerns. During the discussion, emphasize with the patients and apologize without making excuse or blaming the patients for the issue. Rule number 3, instead focus on what issues can be addressed and how the hospital plans are improving based on the feedback it has received. Keep in mind one thing, that under the Consumer Review Fairness Act, it is unlawful to restrict or penalize patients for their online reviews. So do not ask patients to remove the review during the meeting, as this could result in federal fines. And rule number 4, however, reaching out to a patient might be difficult if the complaint is anonymous or if the physician is unable to confirm identity of the particular patient that left the review. In this case, responding on the public forum by acknowledging the issue mentioned while reinforcing the clinic goals of providing the best patient care possible is the best approach. Consider adding a phone number or email address so that the identified patient can respond directly if they have any further comments or if they are interested in a personal discussion. And finally, rule number 5, in any public response to online reviews, always thank patients for their input. Finally, feel free to ask patients with positive experience to leave reviews as well. This way, one negative review will not affect the overall grade of the practice and protect the physician from negatively skewed reviews. What this means for you, negative online patients review can be scary and challenging issues for the physician to address. However, with the right approach, both online or offline, these reviews can be excellent opportunity to demonstrate your professionalism and commitment to patients' care, while also improving your online presence that can attract new patients and retain the current patient base as well. Okay, we came to an end. If you feel this content is so informative and so useful for your practice, please do not forget to hit the bell button and subscribe and share this message with your doctor's friend and healthcare professionals. And I'll be back soon with another great content which you can implement in your hospital for your growth.